Ladies and gentlemen, this is your EIDL grant and stimulus check update for September 14th, 2020. In this video, I'm going to tell you how we can ensure that the U.S. House of Representatives lawmakers who are floating a bipartisan bill on which all sides in negotiations for the next round of stimulus may find compromise, that they include funding for S.4227, the full disbursement of the $10,000 economic injury disaster loan advance to all legitimate small business applicants, and funding for the next round of stimulus, ladies and gentlemen. As you may already know, the Problem Solvers Caucus, they are currently floating a bipartisan bill on which all sides, Democrat lawmakers, GOP lawmakers, Trump administration, may find compromise. The bill is reportedly calling for $2 trillion in funding for the next round of stimulus. As you know, as per one of my previous videos, when House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was on Politico, she offered to cut the Democrat proposal in half. The Democrat proposal was at $3.4 trillion. By cutting it in half, it would be close to $1.7 trillion. Once Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin saw this, his staff, they scrambled, and one of his staff members called the office of Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, and they immediately retracted that offer. They said, no, we really aren't going to cut our proposal in half. They didn't make a deal that day. That said, the $2 trillion ask for this current bipartisan bill is closer to the $1.7 trillion that Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin's staff was willing to reach in order to make a deal with the Democrats for the next round of stimulus. Because, as you know, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin went on record to state that the White House would be willing to come up for more money, bring more money to the table in order to ultimately make a deal for the next round of stimulus. A key sticking point, one of the major roadblocks that has been stopping all parties from making a deal, is funding for state and local governments. This bill is calling for $500 billion in state and local government funding. Democrats, as you know, they want close to $1 trillion, and GOP lawmakers in the Trump administration want anywhere from $100 billion to $200 billion. This group, the Problem Solvers Caucus, co-chaired by Congressman Josh Gottheimer and Congressman Tom Reed from New York's 23rd District, have been in touch with the White House, and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows is actually encouraging this bipartisan activity, this collaboration, in order to ultimately find compromise among all parties and make a deal for the next round of stimulus. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin mentioned that he was awaiting the release of the bill later on today. That said, I want you to go out and contact the Congress people that are co-chairing this committee, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Josh Gottheimer, New Jersey congressman from its 5th district. You can go ahead and contact him at Gottheimer, GOTTHEIMER.house.gov. You go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you can go ahead and contact them at their Washington office. I spoke to Paul over that office. He seems to employ nice people, and I told him that our group, we need the congressman to include funding for the economic injury disaster loan advance to all legitimate small business applicants and for the next round of stimulus checks. You can go ahead and reach Congressman Gottheimer's office at 202-225-4465, and you can reach Congressman Tom Reed's office by visiting his website, reed.house.gov, and again, scrolling down to the bottom of the page, and you can go ahead and see the phone number for his Washington office, 202-225-3161, and tell them that you need them to include funding for S.4227 or the full disbursement of the $10,000 economic injury disaster loan advance for all legitimate small business applicants of the EIDL loan program, and funding for the next round of stimulus, and whatever other monetary ammunition you need to save your families, feed your families, save your businesses, keep your employees on payroll, and ultimately save this country. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comments section below. Watch this video right here for more economic injury disaster loan grant and stimulus coverage. Click the like button if you like the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings, we mobilize and report what other people will not, and stop at nothing until each and every one of you is equipped with all the monetary ammunition that you are eligible for, ladies and gentlemen, so you can save this country. No one else will. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.